San Francisco, another battle against the AFC North. And who would have thunk that they would be looking to keep themselves out of a situation for three straight losses? Purdy has another opportunity to bounce back. But you guys actually got an awesome opportunity to make sure you guys go check out wagertalk.com. You can use the code ACCESS3 to save yourself 20 bucks on a 3-day all access pass on all major sports from myself or any of the other cappers over on Wager Talk. Again, that's code ACCESS3. But that Cincinnati San Francisco game, like I said, guys, should be an exciting one. Cincinnati, horrid start to the season, obviously, is now coming off of back-to-back wins. Who would have thought at the beginning of the year that during this matchup this week, St. Fran would be coming off back-to-back losses and Cincinnati would be coming from the other direction? But hey, they've put up almost 26 points per game and held their opponents under 17 points per game. And that came against Arizona and Seattle. And Seattle's been playing pretty well recently. They're right behind that San Francisco team that's now dropped two in a row, like I mentioned. We did see a little bit of a step up from Purdy, depending on what angle you look at it from. His completion percentage went up. He obviously threw for more yards on Monday night against Minnesota than he was able to account for in that game against Cleveland. But now he threw a two-pick game, including that game-sealing interception on the last drive, and that offense was almost solely reliant on Christian McCaffrey. The one plus for them is going to be the fact that he looked like that oblique was holding up, and he was able to perform for the entirety of the game for the most part there. But you do have to be looking at the under, in my opinion, for this game this weekend. Cincinnati has had multiple tough defensive tests on the road for their offense. They lost to Cleveland and Tennessee in their first two road games before finally getting that win in Arizona a couple weeks ago. And really, against that Seattle game, all Cincinnati's offense could piece together was the first two drives. They scored 2 touchdowns on their first 2 drives and then didn't score again until a field goal in the early part of the fourth quarter. So a big gap there between points and a huge, we're still looking at the time frame since that second touchdown. And I do think that there's something to be said about San Francisco being able to put up points at this moment. No Deebo Samuels obviously affected them in the Cleveland game. Christian McCaffrey stepped up, if you want to call it that. It's almost his average performance at this point. But basically, like I mentioned, took over that offense. But now Brock Purdy's thrown 3 interceptions in 2 games, and Jake Moody missed back-to-back big kicks. Obviously, we saw that one in Cleveland, and then he missed the opener on Monday Night Football, too. So, both of the big guys that are going to be scoring points out there for that offense are looking a little shaky at this moment. I do think that there is still no question that the Niners have an impressive defense, and the lack of offense from Cincinnati doesn't hurt that, but the reason they're coming into this with back-to-back wins for the Bengals is their defense has kept these games close. So I think the defenses step up here. I don't think Cincinnati can have their huge offensive showing that they have had, and we'll see if San Fran's offense clicks things back into gear, but hey, the last time Brock Purdy lost a regular season game and had to bounce back, we just saw it on Monday Night Football, and it wasn't his top-tier performance either. So I think this will be a defensive showing. And make sure, before you guys go, you like the video, subscribe to the channel so you can get all our content moving forward, and check out some of these videos on the screen for some of the other action this weekend too. Enjoy.